Godzilla has lit up the silver screen, but his looks seem to be ever changing.
Come on, guys.
Since being awoken by atomic bombs, Godzilla has lit up the silver screen, but his looks seem to be ever changing, starting with the original. Let's go through his theatrical looks and story. Animated. In his first ever appearance, Godzilla has small arms, thick legs, and dorsal plates down his spine. His pupils are tiny, and he has fangs and pointy ears. After attacking Japan, he is disintegrated to bone. A new gigantus, Godzilla, appears in Godzilla Raids Again. This monster is thinner, with longer arms, a smaller head, and larger pupils. Even in close-ups, his teeth appear to be jutting out. Sadly, he's buried in ice. But in King Kong vs. Godzilla, he busts free. He's now in color. He's more plump, toeless, and has a lizard-like head with yellow eyes, no ears, and no fangs. He faces off against a giant ape, tumbling into the ocean, only to be washed ashore in Mothra vs. Godzilla. Now he's slimmer, has a wider head, white eyes, and smooth, shiny brows. As his rampage continues, he gets covered in silk and again drops into the sea. But in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, he's back, now with a slimmer face and longer tongue. From this film on in the original series, Godzilla now defends humanity from more evil monsters. In Invasion of Astro Monster, Godzilla is thinner, his dorsal plates have more definition, his claws are dull, and his head is rounder. He shows off his new dance moves before briefly being put under alien mind control. Ibara, Horror of the Deep, gives Godzilla less angry brows. He battles against a big monster, and narrowly escapes an exploding island. In the sequel, Godzilla's neck is elongated, he's pudgier, and his dorsal fins are flimsy looking. His nose is also stubbier, and his eyes are bugged out. And he's not raising a...
What is that?
In Destroy All Monsters, he's slimmer, while his face appears more like it did in Astro Monster. He's put under alien mind control again, but once free of their control,
Godzilla's not even going to be good.
For the next 3 sequels, his look remains consistent. In the first, he helps his son face off against a bully.
Who is
this all takes place inside the dreams of a young boy, so... Moving on. Next, in Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, he opposes a pollution monster, and when curled up like a shrimp, he can now fly backwards. In Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla has gained the ability to speak.
I like Godzilla.
Skin starts ripping during his triumphant battle. He appears slimmer in Godzilla vs. Megalon, with a shorter neck, soft white dorsal fins, and a round pink
Why is he getting
face.
smaller?
He boasts a long-distance dropkick.
Oh, he's not. He
It's
doesn't.
mostly about a size
Just
change
like that.
robot. So let's keep going. In the next 2 films, Godzilla has an angrier expression and more detailed muscle. He uses a magnetic upgrade to protect the ancient god from Mechagodzilla. And in the sequel, faces him once more. But this timeline's Godzilla is sent to retirement. And 9 years later, a reboot Godzilla appears. This one's taller, has larger dorsal fins, a 4th toe, and his fangs and ears make a return. Although his reign is short-lived as he trips into a volcano, only to explode out in the sequel. He has a smaller head, a more muscular build, larger outer fins, and a cat-like face with a secondary row of teeth.
Yeah.
He takes on a giant...
Give a shout out to
Gets turned
them.
into glitter.
Tell it
In
anime.
Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, his original form, the Godzillasaurus, was taken out in the 1930s and exposed to modern-day radiation.
Stop
Into a
tossing
taller,
behind him.
muscular, and angrier-looking
Oh my
Godzilla.
god, you guys gotta see
Fights
that.
Mecha
Oh my
King
god, look
Ghidorah,
at that. That
and
was
then
cool.
gets dumped into the ocean.
Oh
In Godzilla
no.
vs. Mothra, he's thinner. His dorsal plates are rearranged, and his neck is more ribbed.
Godzilla's
His head is
dancing.
flatter, and he has golden eyes.
Golden
He battles
eyes.
against Mothra
Okay, I'll
and
like to see
Mothra,
that.
and once again is plunged into the ocean and locked in by Mothra's magical powers.
Wow.
But somehow, in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, he's back. He has slimmed down shoulders and slimmer legs. He's also raising a blue-toned baby Godzilla. This time he's defeated when his butt brain is destroyed, but he's easily revitalized just moments later.
Is that real,
Godzilla
dude?
vs. Space Godzilla features the bulkier original with less detailing in the neck and larger eyes. Godzilla Jr., who is taller and chubbier with a greener color scheme.
I know
And
that one.
large
That's
flying
Godzilla's
decrystallized
favorite
Space
thing.
Godzilla, who gets obliterated.
Space
In
Godzilla.
this timeline's final film, Godzilla is glowing orange, and his
I
sun
like
now
that.
looks more like a hunched version of his
He's
father.
glowing.
When the original Big G has a meltdown, his son
No, he's
absorbs the
dead.
radiation and turns into the new Godzilla.
Ready for action?
But
What?
the series would be
Godzilla.
continually
What is?
rebooted,
Oh
dropping
my
him
God, Shin
altogether.
Godzilla.
The first American Godzilla appears as a large mutated iguana with blue dorsal spines and a hanging dewlap. This
What is
Godzilla
that?
also has hundreds of tiny raptor-looking offspring.
I want to be my.
Fast-twitch energy drink. Feel the energy.
Don't look at the commercial.
With 200 milligrams of caffeine.
But this
Right
happy
back.
family is easily taken out by basic explosives. Back in Japan, in Godzilla 2000, he appears shorter.
Godzilla
with green jagged
2000.
skin, sharp purple
Green
eyes,
dragon
and a
skin.
reptilian-looking face. While
That's
he's
not
nearly shoulder
dragon
whole,
skin.
he's good to go for the next reboot, Godzilla
Ew,
vs.
what's that?
Megaguirus, in which he's lighter, with a longer neck, and smaller mouth. He defeats a giant flying insect and is then sent into a black hole. In Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, Godzilla is formed by the ghosts of
Smurf
medieval
cat.
World
I
War
thought
II
it was.
victims. He has smooth charcoal-colored skin, white dorsal fins, and a hunched
Yeah,
neck.
give them a
His
shout
face
out.
is less lizard-like, with pure white eyes and no ears. But this
If I were
Godzilla is
you,
mutilated
I
by
would
a drill
I
missile,
would just
leaving only his beating heart behind.
after
The
when I
following
get
reboot,
done, I
Godzilla
might
Against
subscribe
Mechagodzilla,
to this
rehashes the
channel
jagged
because it's
design
going
elements
good
and
so
introduces a more
far.
wolf-like face. In the climax, he's blasted by a beam,
Mechagodzilla,
adding a
I
visible
forgot
scar to
about
his
him.
chest for the sequel, Tokyo SOS,
Sorry, I
in which he's
forgot about
covered
him.
in silk and again flown into the bottom of the sea. Godzilla Final Wars features a taller, smoother, and more slender Godzilla with longer ears and red eyes.
Did he
This
drink
Godzilla fights
tomatoes?
against a multitude
Wait,
of
oh my
creatures,
God.
including an upright
Where
standing
are these
98
characters?
Then he and his
He's
hideous
dead.
son head back to the ocean. In Shin Godzilla,
Yes,
he's
this.
first shown as a
Oh my God,
light-colored and
yes.
armless
Now
creature,
we're
but
talking.
quickly evolves, growing tiny arms and becoming more red with
Red.
bloody accents. His
Yeah.
massive main form is darker with a much
I like
longer
this.
tail that has a little face on the end. His jaw can unhinge and split apart, and he has a variety of handy new skills.
Yeah, he's
He can
so
also apparently
gold.
reproduce human hybrids from his tail tip. But he's given a freezing agent, ceasing his evolution.
Gross. Yeah,
The
he's
anime
dead.
trilogy depicts a muscular
Earth
rounded
Godzilla.
Godzilla with a tree bark-like texture. 19,000
Yeah,
years
this is
later,
Earth
he sports
Godzilla,
beard-like
guys.
spikes and grows to his largest on-screen size, easily allowing him to become the ruler of Earth. Meanwhile, back in
Vote for
2014,
Godzilla,
a quite
I did.
American Godzilla appears.
American
This titan
Godzilla.
has jagged dorsal
Yeah, I like
fins,
this
wide
one.
elephant-like feet, and noticeable gills. He comes out of hiding to stop two hideous star-crossed lovers. In Godzilla, King of the Monsters,
King of the
he's taller
Monsters.
and beefier. His lower half looks less stubby. His tail tip is more blunt, and his dorsal fins are less sharp.
Oh my
and
God, I
artfully
like this
glowing.
one,
Later,
actually.
he's given extra
Man.
radiation, and
Yes,
after
yes,
ashes run
yes,
down on
yes,
him, he gets a fiery
yes,
new
I
look
like
and
this.
power upgrade, helping him to retain his kingly crown. Thank you for watching.
Alright,
Liking
this is the
and
end of our
subscribing.
video.
And as always,
Bye.
thank you to the patrons for supporting the channel. If you'd like to see more kaiju evolutions like King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, or King Kong,
Look how ugly Kong is.